Alright guys, I made a little video for you yesterday and got sidetracked and passed out last night, so I didn't get to post the video up, but so what we got, I got that piece cut off, and that's what's on the back side of it. It's a bad part about rust, you know. You go in and just cut the rust out, and then you look behind it and you got more rust. And this was down in the seam here, which this piece isn't rusted at all. But if you look at the back side of it, you know it's coming. So when I cut that piece out and saw that the rust was all the way into here, I figured I better go ahead and take that off and try to treat that and slow it down. Although I won't be able to stop it. Got rust all the way back up into here. So I'll take this off a little further, but you know, this is what happens when you don't buy new parts. There is new hoods available, although they're probably not the same quality. They're not rusted, so rust is the one thing that I feel you can't stop. Just because of stuff like this, you know, most guys wouldn't cut that off. They would have put the panel in there, and you know, a year from now they would have been having rust come back in the same area. And customer always wants to know why it's rusting, and I always try to show them the inner structure when I cut something open, because you know, all you can do is treat that with some OSPO and try to stop it, but it's already happening. So that's where we're at on that. We'll get that patch welded in today, maybe. I think I might work on my Nova today. Haven't put any time in on this in a while, and went for a ride with Chris in his car, and I'm sort of missing my car, and you know, so I'm thinking I might work on this today. Maybe paint the wheelhouses or something. Do something. We'll do something on it. I got it pretty much in final prime on the quarters. We put quarters on this, wheelhouses, and wheel drops, and we're pretty ready to move on. It's been a time thing, you know, no time to get to this car. It's been down like this for 8 years now, since Hans was, well, no, it's been apart for 15 years, since Hans was born. And you know, we all make sacrifices when we have kids, and this was mine. I used to be the kind of guy that was at the track whenever it was open. And you know, one weekend I found myself spending my last $40 that I had, and I don't know, it sort of hit me, and I can't say the word. I guess changed the priorities in my life after that weekend, and decided that I would work on you know, providing a little better for my family. And racing will suck the money out, man. I know a lot of poor race car drivers and guys that race that have nothing. I once knew a family that had a Pro Mod, actually, believe it or not. I mean, back when the Pro Mod movement first started. And these people were racers through and through, buddy. I worked for a guy that sold racing fuel. And these guys would, they'd run this car pretty much on the quick 8 nights, you know, and anytime they thought they'd score some cash or they had a special event, you know, they get paid to show up. And I remember we drove over to their house to take them some racing gas, and there was no electric. You know, they had the badass Pro Mod, the nice trailer, nice truck, and the house was a shambles. There was no electric, and they probably had no food, but they definitely went racing every weekend. So racing will break you. But we're gonna go more the street car with us this time, you know, not so much race car. Mild, big block, and just looking forward to getting it done for the show, you know. I got about a year to get it done, so I'm sure it'll take every day of that year to pull it off. So yeah, I have other than a Volkswagen there that way, so I guess I'm known for my Volkswagens, but it always it started with the V8s, you know. I had a 65 Mustang, had a 67 Mustang, 67 Camaro, And then I got this Nova, and I this Nova's got sentimental value like most of our cars do that we work on. You know, this car was, Andrea bought me this car. I had a 68 Nova, and she crashed it at the drag strip, destroyed it 2 weeks after we started going out. And she bought me this car to replace that one. So I'll probably have this forever, you know. It's just one of those cars you don't get rid of, just like my other car. It's over at Gaydon's house, you know. I'd love to sell that car, but nobody would give me what I needed for it, where I wouldn't feel bad every day. So this is where we're at. I'll probably turn this back on in a little while. It's early, 7 o'clock in the morning Sunday. And just got done walking the dogs. Got the toolboxes there out of the truck. And looks like it's gonna be a good day today. Yeah, no clouds, should be nice and sunny. It rained yesterday, so that wasn't good. But I just want to say thanks, man, for all the positive comments. And I'm sorry if I came across wrong in that first video. I know that there's some guys that I really look up to that found it distasteful and didn't like the vid. But you know, they continued to comment anyway, and I think they finally, I don't know, I'm not saying that you saw my side of it, but maybe, you know, you decided that it might have been, you know, partially valid, although I went about it the wrong way. It's something I'm working on, guys. You know, I used to just fly off and make a video, and I'd respond to stuff, and I found that, you know, if you give yourself a day to think about it, that you have a much better response. And you guys have just kicked ass with the responses, and I hope you guys feel like we're more of a, you know, a brotherhood now, more of a club. You know, we look out for each other, and that's what people do when they care about each other. And I hope to think that, you know, if you order one of those shirts, you know, that sort of goes with it. You know, if you want your name on the shirt, I guess that's part of the requirement. You know, try to be a stand-up guy, and look out for your brothers, man. You know, that's what all this is about, is helping each other out, and you know, getting the next project going. And maybe that guy that's hurt, you know, that's watching the video, that you know, has been written off by his peers, you know, gives a chance to get out in the garage and be a part of something. And that's what YouTube is for me. You know, I was well, not was, still am, you know. I'm not employable. You know, I go to the doctor, I'm not supposed to walk, I shouldn't really be working. But I find I go crazy if I don't do something. So I have to occupy my time, you know, what's left of it. And you know, I get reminded all the time that life's short. You know, I gotta take medicine that's not good for you. And I quit taking all the meds, but I've had to start taking them again. You know, some of you know that, some of you don't. But you know, there's been weight gain, and there's side effects. I had somebody comment the other day that I wheeze a lot, and I probably need to wear a paint mask more. And the wheezing's a side effect from a medicine that I take. It causes pulmonary failure. It's a side effect of the medicine, but I guess, you know, not being in pain's better than breathing sometimes. So that's what that's from. Yeah, I take it at night, so basically, you know, pretty much almost die every night from the medicine that I take. And if I wake up in the morning, it's a good day, you know. So, but I do wheeze a lot when I wake up, you know, and that's from that. And when I stop taking the medicine, that goes away. But the pain comes back, and just lately it's been unbearable. So that's what that is, you know. And I'm sure that paint's not good for you, for sure. But this is like year 35 for me, guys. And me and Tom talked about it, and a couple of the other guys know. You know, I worked at some pretty high volume shops when I was younger. And We were doing a little figuring the other day when Tom was here. And I worked at one shop for 3 years, and we primarily did rental cars. And rentals are high volume. We'd deliver 32 cars a day out of that shop, and we'd pick about that up. So there was 2 painters, and I was one of the painters, and the other painter was a really good painter, and my helper ended up going to work for him. When we took the job, I didn't want to help her anymore, and the other painter hired my helper, and they'd knock out about 17, 18 cars a day, and I did 14 a day for 3 years. So you just add that up. It's a lot of paint through the gun, and that's why sometimes when I paint a car, it looks so easy. You know, it's because practice makes whatever. You know, so it's pretty much second nature now, and I retired from that a long time ago. I got into doing collision work, and I worked at Toyota for a bunch of years, and right before my accident, I should go back to almost the start after I came back from doing the funny car thing. I had been in the body shop business for a while, but right before I went, I got a job at this place. It was called Diaz Automotive, and they basically, all they fix is Mercedes, Porsche, Audi, you know, the higher end European stuff. Did a lot of the select frame machine stuff, certified in Mercedes. So I took a lot of those Mercedes classes, the European car repair classes, the structured classes, all that good stuff, and ended up giving that job up when I went to work for the funny car team. And when I came back, we moved to Pennsylvania, and we did a few other things, and I sort of got out of the profession for a while. And when we came home, I went to work for Toyota. I worked there for a while, and was recruited back by Diaz Automotive there. And I worked there for, I think I was back there for a couple months before I got in my accident and broke my back. But really kick-ass shop. You know, we did European cars. The hours were like 9 to 3, and really high salary. And you know, I miss it, and this is a way to get back in and get in touch with guys that do it and interact with people that are in the same profession or have been in the same profession as I have. So, you know, it's finding guys that got things in common, I guess, you know, and it's gotten me out of the bed, back into the shop. YouTube has, you know. I started watching Jeff, Photo Finish, and Pete, Southwest Rod and Customs were the 2 channels that I watched the most. And I found Ken at allcandy.com, you know. Don't know why he's not in the Garage Gang, but he does a lot of candy paint jobs, leaving everything on the wet. I don't know if you guys have ever seen his videos, but he turned me on to Tommy Shoe, and Tommy Shoe turned me on to Slow SRT, and you know, it's just snowballed now, and I've got a lot of good friends, and YouTube's just a cool thing for me, you know, and that's why I do it, because I can't do it anywhere else. Nobody will let me in their shop, and you know, it's not supposed to be that way, but when you start filling out the application and, you know, broken back, broken neck, broken arm, you know, people don't hire people like that, and that's just a fact. And between the surgeries and the doctor visits and all that stuff, I probably couldn't keep a regular job anyway. You guys know I'm always getting x-rays or poked or prodded or something, you know, and you know, taking medicines that may cause respiratory failure and all that good stuff. You know, I don't know how long it'll last, but you know, it's been fun making these videos, and that's why I make them. You know, it gets me out of the house, makes me do something. And I know when I first started watching Pete's videos, I was bedridden. You know, I'd broke my back, and then I got to where I could was rehabilitated, where I could get around the house on a walker. And I slipped off the walker and broke my hip. And, you know, so it was a pretty bad 3-year period there for me, you know. I broke the back, broke the hip, blew the arm off and broke the neck. And, so, you know, I had a lot of downtime, a lot of time to watch videos and stuff and check people out. And, you know, I used to watch those videos of Pete. I think the first one that I saw was him driving his Volkswagen when he got it done. And I remember him saying that it was a lot of work. And I remember thinking to myself that if it's a lot of work, you're never going to get it done sitting on your ass laying in bed. You know, you need to get outside and do something. And didn't have a garage back then either. I lived in a house that was 100 years old that had a, you know, lean-to with that metal carport out back. And I went out there and started working on that car, you know. And shortly after that we moved, got a house with a shop. And I'd force myself downstairs and I'd go work on those cars, and I'd watch Pete's videos and I'd work on my car. And I wasn't subscribed to YouTube or had an account or none of that stuff, you know. And pretty soon, man, I seen Tommy Sue and you know, some of the other guys making videos, and I said, I'm gonna try it, you know. Got a camera, we had a camera, and I don't know how to work it, download, upload, none of that stuff. I've learned all that. And you know, I've had people help me out with computers now where I can respond to you guys. I haven't got that working yet. Gary, I'm sorry, you know, it's my own laziness. I've been sort of not feeling good lately, and you know, I tried to read through that to get it to recognize my voice. And you know, guys like me, anytime you got to read something or, you know, do something out of your comfort zone, you get reminded of you know, just where you're at in life. And not very advanced on that stuff, but I'm looking forward to getting it working. And Hans has used it, you know. Hans went through there and made him an account, and so that's the other thing, you know. You guys have been nice enough to help my son out too with his computer venture that he's doing. And you know, he's doing stuff that I would have never thought, and that's all been made possible by YouTube too. You know, he's into the computer thing now. He's building computers and taking memory out and putting memory in and changing processors and putting video cards in. And man, I never thought my kid would do any of that stuff, and it's all because the guys on YouTube are taking the time to answer his questions. And you know, there's the YouTuber that's starting. He's got 20 videos up now on his channel, and not a lot of subscribers, but he's doing it, you know. And that's really cool to me. Not into what I'm into, but you know, there's a whole community of computer guys out there on YouTube that that he follows. So there's something for everybody if you look, you know. And I think that's the cool thing about it, and I think that's why everybody puts up with the changes and the bad comments and all that stuff, because we get a lot more good out of it than bad. And sometimes I get discouraged, you know, when I see guys complaining about the page layout or, you know, the changes that they're making. And you got to remember, man, it's a free medium that we can use to put our videos on and, you know, interact. And it's a small price to pay. You know, they change it or mess it up every once in a while. As time's shown, it won't be long before they change it again, and we might like it next time. So, you know, that's just the way you got to look at it. And this video is getting a little long in the tooth. So I just want to say thanks again to everybody, and you guys know who you are. You don't have to look real hard. It's been pretty much the topic. Tom should feel like, you know, he's got some people behind him, and you know, just do what you do, Tom. Don't worry about everybody else. And shops are closing everywhere, man, and it's a hard time if you're a shop owner. And you know, I'm sympathetic to that. You know, I am in the business. I sell body supply stuff. My wife does, so it affects our bottom line. So I hate to see the industry shrinking, but it's exciting to see the garage movement getting stronger and stronger. And this is what's going to happen, guys. You know, as these cars become unrepairable and they start directing cars back to the dealer instead of to independent body shops. And that's where we're going. You You know, you guys watch that P&L video, the OEM structure class. You get a good idea of where the business is going and what you're going to have to do to keep up with it. It's going to be expensive. There's going to be equipment to buy. And if you're a shop owner right now, it's just not a good time. You know, we're sort of in a transitional period, you know, changing from solvents to waters and, you know, having to become compliant and all the stuff that shops have to do. And I know that if you own a shop, it becomes very, very discouraging, you know. We had a couple shops. I talked to Doug from Death Trap Hot Rods last night for about 2 hours on the phone. And we have more local shops, you know, getting hassled by the fire department in our area. We have an industrial area in our town. And if you have a body shop, there's only 2 areas that you can have a body shop. One is in the airport, and the other would be in an industrial section that they develop just for automotive businesses. Anything else has to be grandfathered in, or you'd have to buy the business and use the existing name if you wanted to stay in city limits or where an existing business is at. So, you know, as a store, you know, it sort of looks to me like, you know, the county, what they do is they isolate an area to put everybody, and it just makes them easier to go through and you know, tell people what they can do and what they can't do. And you know, that's something that as the world changes, that's probably one of the hardest things for me to get a grip on. You know, the freedoms that we lose every day, and people don't even realize. You know, we speak about the EPA, and guys talk about you shouldn't be doing that in your garage. And man, when I was a kid, if you said that to my father or my stepdad, he would have punched you right in your face and told you that if you wanted to pay for his house, then you could tell him what to do. But as long as he had to go to work and, you know, make that note every month, it was his business. And they had the kids right, man. Hot rodding's been going on forever. And, you know, if we didn't have guys like Mickey Thompson and Vic Edelbrock and, you know, Offenhauser and Clay Smith and all those guys that paved the way for us hot rodders. They started in their house, man. They came back from a war to an economy that was in the tank, and they took it upon themselves to create a business, and that business is still going. You know, it's a hot rod industry now, and you're never going to kill hot rodding. Guys will just go about it different ways. They'll always find a way to make something unique, and that's what hot rodders do, and that's what they've always done. And thank God for the hot rodders, because they're the guys that innovate and make stuff happen and come up with new ideas. And those guys didn't start out in big warehouses, although they have them now. You know, you have to start somewhere, guys. And you guys with shops need to remember that. You know, you look at YouTube and you might not like what you see. You know, you hate to see the guys in the garage get the jobs when you're sitting there paying the overhead and there's nothing in the shop. And as the economy gets harder and tougher, you know, people are going to be looking for people to do stuff on the side. You know, it's a sign of the times, and you know, that's just how it is. So don't be jealous for something that somebody's doing in their garage, or you know, somebody's trying to learn a skill. Especially a skill. You know, you guys that have shops, people have to be trained somewhere. They got to learn the skill from somewhere. I took an auto body class for 3 years in high school. It was a Votech school, and they had a shop class, and I loved it, man. You know, it changed my life. It gave me a profession to be in, and I took a 1-year trade school after high school, another auto body class. So, you know, there's all kinds of ways to get training, but you guys that have shops need guys that have skills, and I think you can learn more on YouTube than you can learn at like UTI, and I might get some slack for that, but I've got friends that are in UTI, and I don't really like the program. You know, it's sort of like the trade program that I took. I had taken auto body for 3 years in high school, and could pretty much do anything with a car. after that 3 years, I got into the position in high school where I painted all the cars. And it was me and one other guy that had a morning class and an afternoon class, and we were the only two out of all the students that would paint. And we painted one after another, man. Star Rock, RM Star Rock, and single stage, metallic, gold, it didn't matter. We used it on everything. And you know, when I went to Mid-Florida, that was the trade school after I graduated from high school. The way they did things was a lot like UTI models their training program. They teach you the whole aspect of the business. And you basically have to start over. You'll do mud work and just mud work, and you'll prime, and you'll prep, and you'll paint, and then you'll go into the office, service writing, estimate writing, and they try to teach you the whole aspect of the business and hope that you'll fit into that model somewhere. Whether it be the writer side of it or the tech side. Excuse me, but UTI is not cutting it anymore as far as for training. Now I talk to shop owners, and not so much independents, but big shop owners, dealerships is primarily where you see the technology coming down the pike and the changes that are being made in the profession. And right now dealerships that have body shops are looking for 1-year engineering students for body men. And they want people that have an engineering background now, because the cars are getting so complex with the airbag systems and all the systems on the car, the different techniques in welding. There's more technology in the measuring systems. So, the average guy that walks up the street has no idea. It's not about slinging Bondo anymore, Now we have to measure the car, we have to fill out forms and reports, and so it gets more and more involved. If you're a body man and you're getting into this profession, God bless you, because it's not an easy profession, and there's a lot better jobs out there. I mean, you think about it, there's a lot of young guys and they don't want to work in a body shop because why? There's no chicks in a body shop, You're not going to meet anybody working at a body shop that you can date. So that was one thing they used to point out in the ICAR classes, and lack of interest into the profession. So, and then you have the cut in pay and the drop in flow and all that goes along with it. And if you're at a mom and pop shop, the work's getting redirected to the bigger shops now. And so you guys have a good day. We're going to make some videos today. I think it's April Fool's today. I'm not really sure. April Fool's Day. There's the kitty cat on some food. I'm going to give her a little food. Oh, here you go, Milo. Little kitty points. So that's it. I'm gonna get into something. I was gonna go out to the skydiver place. They're going for a 200-man jump is what they're trying to do. And I was talking to Doug yesterday, and it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I guess it was Friday. I was driving around over that way. Saw a lot of emergency equipment going over there. I guess they lost one of the skydivers. Had a chute failure. And that's postponed some of that stuff. So I don't know if they're still trying to make that jump today or what. We know that after the accident they didn't fly for about 3 hours. So I don't know if they've gotten grounded now, because I haven't seen any planes come over yesterday or today. And we'll take a ride over there and check that out for you. See what's going on. And all that good stuff. We're definitely going to try to get this DA'd today. The door and this nose is all that's left. And we can move on with this, get this thing painted. So it'll be a week or two before I can afford the materials again for this. But I think we're pretty much settled on the Lamborghini orange. And either the cream on the top or the white. So, and I think the orange will match the wood floor much better, and everything. So I don't know what I was thinking with the purple. I'll let Andrea talk me into it. And dude, if you can paint something purple and make it look good, you are the man. I'm sort of thinking that purple's more of a stripe color than an all over color. I don't know. It might have its place on a certain type of car, but definitely not this bus. So, all right, I'm gonna go upload this, try to get some breakfast, and we'll come back out here and cut this over a little more and get some of this rust. You can see these little spots right here, there, and it's ate up on the back side. So, so that's where that's at. And yep, so we'll get this ground down, we'll get this welded up, put a patch in here, get this back on the car. We got a radius here, so this will be fun to make. I'll probably just, you can see the radius in that piece. It's a little curved. I'll find something like a piece of pipe or something that's curved in that shape, and I'll form my new piece, and we'll get it welded in there. And we have to fold it over and crimp it like a door skin. Fold it over on this panel, so we'll have to make it a little long, and we'll have to be folding it over. We got a corner here to deal with, so this will be a fun piece to make. And I don't like doing this stuff because nobody ever appreciates it, you know. They want to fix the old stuff because they say it's thicker and it's better quality, but they don't ever want to pay for the quality, you know. I'd prefer them just to buy a new shitty hood and be done with it. That way I don't have the time and effort of making something that's old nice again, just because you like the thickness of the steel. You know, there's no problem with that as long as you're willing to pay for something like this, you know, which this guy will not be. It's been 3 weeks, been working on this and nothing. So, you know, this repair job here, just alone the corner of this hood will probably take 4 hours, 5 hours to do this panel. And it'll be 5 hours that I'll never see any money for. So, you know, that's why guys take Bondo and cram it in holes right there, you know. And people want to know why people are hacks. I think it's reflects what they got paid more than the quality of work they do. I mean, you have to draw the line sometimes. I mean, you can talk quality all you want, but you know, if the person's not willing to pay for the quality, then, you know, you really shouldn't be willing to give it to them. That's how I feel about it. You know, there's always a Mako. And some people are just cut for the Makos. Some people want it right. Some people don't really care about right. So some people want it right, don't want to pay for right. So here we are. We got the pool there going. Not as nice as Pisser's mom's pool, but it's a little bigger. A little more used, you know. We got little animals running around here, kids, dogs, cats, so it can get pretty crazy at my house. And let me go ahead and shut this off. Hans moved his weight bench out here onto the porch. More shit. So that's where we're at. He's into the football season thing now. He'll be working out and bulking up and breaking bones. It's that time of year. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You guys that have been hitting my channel, I really appreciate all you guys from Pisser. You know, Pisser said he was going to send some guys over, and he did. And I appreciate that, man. You know, 20 or 30 guys, but you guys did, you know, if you watch the videos, hopefully you'll find them entertaining. And I don't know if I'll be as entertaining as Pisser. You know, it's hard to beat the Pisser. But I'll try my best to entertain you, and thanks for subscribing. So.